Everybody, Jacob from Wager Me this here. This is going to be my little challenge I'm doing for tonight. This is the 1K one shooter challenge. So far I'm 0-2. I think I've only rolled like a total like 7 rolls or something like that. Hasn't been very many. But the deal here is you get $1,000 and you get one shooter. And you have to have at least $1,000 in play all the time except for the come-outs. And see how much you can make in one shooter. Again, this is directed at the dice controllers. Hey, what's up, Skill? Again, this is for them. I want to see what they can do. A couple of guys have already posted some videos on it. That's awesome. I've watched one of them. I'm going to watch the other ones here in a little while. But let's put my 1,000 out there. This is the way I think you should do it. Either you do it this way or you just only play the don't, in my opinion. So that's $750. Then I've been putting 50 there and 200 in the rack. So that's a total of $1,000 play. The 200 is either to replace my pass line or potentially for odds. Okay. But yeah, the idea here is that this is directed at the people that say they're dice controllers. And the reason I did this is because I hear them on videos say that they warm up, but I never see that at the casino. So I think the only way, if you are good at dice control and you can't walk right up the table to the table and do it, then I don't really know where are you warming up at? Because I don't ever see it, and I never see anyone just play like their first shot, play like just a pass line bet, and then shoot it out and see where it goes. I don't ever see that. So that was kind of my thought process here. Is like, and since I don't see anyone warm up, I don't really think they do that. But if they are dice controllers, I want to see it work. Show me it. Show me it work. In a situation like this where you're putting some pressure on yourself, you're not just starting at 60 for a cross and catching a long roll. I mean, I've done that before too, and not dice controlling. So, anyways, let's check it out. We got a 5 on the come out. That was not a 7, guys. It was a 5. But this is my thought, is that if I just half press all the way up, I ought to have a pretty good day. And there's also a second part of this. Whichever person puts out like a really good video, it doesn't necessarily have to make the most money. But the video that I deem as like the best one of these challenge videos, I'm going to give y'all something cool. I'm going to have it made, something unique that I give a hat or shirt. But, the stuff I give out tends to only have like one of them. And then I'll have one. But like the shirts I give out, there's not like a bunch of them out there. You can't find them. There's only a handful that I've given out to people that have won stuff. So that's kind of the way I do it. So whichever video you guys keep posting these videos, I'll watch them all. And maybe I'll get like my top 3 and then we'll vote on it or something. Make it fun. Dang it. PSO. PSO. This is a short one. Short video. I don't see. That's what I'm saying is, guys, do I think that I'm a dice controller? I do not. But I just PSO'd. Like, this is my 3rd video of this, and I think I've shot less than 10 shots in three shooters. So again, this is what I'm saying is that if you're a dice control, you have to be able to do it when you get the dice, right? And so this was the second part where I was heading with this, is if you're at a full table and you're a dice controller, you're not warmed up when the dice get back to you. You've just seen 10 other players play probably. So you're not warm anymore. So the warming up part of it to me is bogus. It's BS. If you're a dice controller, you should be able to walk up to the table and make it happen. All right. That if you can't do it that way, then you're not a dice controller. And I know this is going to hurt some feelings out there, but this is the reality of it. And that's why I think if you are a dice controller, you should almost always try to play when there's no one at the table. That way you can get your reps in. And how are they going to get over the 1,000 mark? I'm not sure what you mean by that. I'm half pressing because you just have to have $1,000 on the table at all times. I'm pressing half of my profit onto there. I'm not sure. I think either you're misunderstanding the challenge or something, Skill. You just have to have $1,000 on the table at all times. I'm not sure where we're getting confused there. So, just because I want to shoot again, this doesn't count. But I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to go again. Now, am I warmed up after shooting 2 shots? Probably not. That doesn't make any sense. But I'm going to shoot again and see if I do better. Now, some of this would inherently indicate randomness, right? No, the win goal is whatever the win is. That's the only reason I said something about winning 1,000 in the one video, and maybe I may need to clarify that, is because that's what you have in play. So if you didn't win over 1,000, if you didn't win over the reason I said that is if you didn't win over 1,000, then you'd be losing, right? Even if you had a couple hits and you didn't win over 1,000, you'd still be losing. But yeah, I mean, so essentially the original goal, the first goal is $1,000 win, because then you're actually making money. Until that point, you're not, right? But no, I didn't intend for there to be a specific win goal. But I get where you're coming from now. All right, so I'm going to shoot again. Now this don't count. This I'm a loser on my video, but I just don't want a 3-minute long live video. Partially, but also because I think that inherent randomness, like if I did this $5,000, 5 in a row, I'm probably going to have one roll that does pretty good no matter what. There's the hard 8, square pair. But yeah, okay, I see where you're where I confused you, Skill. I didn't mean to mean it like that, but that's clearly how I said it, because I can remember saying something. There's a 1, 2, 3. I got past the second roll, so I'll probably go for 1,000,000 rolls now after I get past the second roll. Six, 3, 9. All right, we got a winner. I'm actually going to collect some chips. $175. $250. I had an extra chip on there for some reason. There was an extra chip, so and I need to put some odds down, right? Sorry, I didn't have those odds. Those were supposed to be in play. But yeah, I don't know why my 9 had an extra chip on it. There's the 9 right there, baby. That's gonna win $350. Take that to 300. That's like a half press. I just did it on the 6 instead of the 9. Three 9s in a row. Yes, sir. That's another 350. And here's one of my other things is like I'm not doing anything different with the dice. I'm still trying to manipulate them in the same fashion, still throwing them about the same distance. Now they're not landing exactly the same every time, so sometimes they're bouncing a little harder. But hello, Patricia. I just don't know how I can control that any better. I mean, hard 8 square pair. That's a really good one for us. So that's going to win 350 there, and that's 200 plus 50. So 200 will win 240 and 50. So 290 and 350. All right, so, I need that. We're off on the come out because that's legal. Even though this shot don't count, it's going to be amazing. Pass line, I don't know what I put it up to, but I put it up to some more. All right, got 300 on every number out there, I believe. Here we go. $12. We just lost that big stack. All right, let's go back down to 50. $538. All right, we don't got to have none of this money in play because we got well over $1,000 in play. Oh, smackola. But I did have $1,800 out here in play. So at one point here, we were up over $1,000 on our second shot, not our first shot. One shooter, I couldn't do it. I PSO'd, but on my second shot, I would have made some money. It's just even if we would have pulled down after the pass line loss, we still would have made some money. It's just interesting to me on how the judging of dice control works. To me, it seems like dice control gets judged off the successes and not the failures. And that's a weird concept to me in the nature of it. And I do somewhat believe it. I just don't believe it can be done like this. I don't believe it can be done in combating the 7. I think that this style of it, where you're trying to defeat the 7, it just doesn't work that way, in my opinion. I've seen some people that I thought could really do it, and it looked like they were doing it, and they won a bunch of money, and I won money with them. It just, to me, just all my experience with it, it just doesn't fully sit. And again, it's not that I totally disagree with it, because I've definitely seen shooters that I'm like, wow, it really looks like they're doing something there. But that doesn't necessarily mean they are. I could just be catching that part of the variance. And so that's the other part of it, is it's such a results based bias. Because when you shoot a 30 roller and you're like, yep, I shot a 30 roller today, My shot was working good. My set was working good. All this. Well, the guy that randomly threw him shot a 30 roller too. So there's just a lot there. And this is why I think challenges like this is the proving grounds. Like, this is where a dice controller could prove himself. You know, if he can just step up to the plate in 3 or 4 live videos in a row where he's just shooting, and then boom, he wins over $1,000 each time in this, you know, or makes money, profits, then I feel like that person's proving that. Where just because you tell me your SOR or your SRR is this, or your PTPR or PMS, or, you know, whatever it is, HIV, whatever acronym you want to use for dice control, I don't care. Because we could go to the table. So, and this is, I'm speaking on a specific instance that happened to me. I had a guy tell me he had an S7 outrage, 7 rolled ratio. Whatever one is the harder one, the 7 rolled ratio, right? He said he had one of those of an 8. He said that he rolled 8 rolls before 7 on just consistently. And so I was like, okay, cool. I won't go play with you. I want to see this. So this is at the Horseshoe. This is relatively recently. We're at the Horseshoe. I did not ever see this guy roll 8 rolls in a shot. Not one time. I think maybe he made it to 6 once. And I probably seen him shoot the dice 7 or 8 times. And not a single time. What's up, Larry? And so, was he just having a bad day that day? Or, see, that's what I'm saying, is dice control, there shouldn't be a bad day. I'm not saying you couldn't have a bad day, but it shouldn't be so egregious that you still can't make it work. If you're able to do it. When I do my combination elimination dice control, worst case scenario I've had so far is I've had 4 misses out of 10. That's still 60% out of 10. I do them out of 10 when I do my practice runs. Out of 10 satisfactions of the point or whatever I'm trying to dodge. The worst I've done is I've missed 4 out of 10. That's a loser in that style, because you're losing 4 don'ts then, and you possibly lost some other don'ts by missing, but not missing the combination you're trying to avoid, but still losing. So you really got to be in that 7 out of 10 range for my style of dice control to work. And I've only missed once, and I don't know how I have no idea how many times I've practiced it. Maybe 2,000 or 3,000 times. So, and I've had 10 out of 10 hundreds of times. So there you go. It's there's levels at which you can prove things. And I've done the combination elimination on video plenty of times now and proven it, I feel like, repeatedly. Where I don't feel like I've seen any dice controller on YouTube and very few live that has proven to me that what they're doing is accomplishing their goal. If their dice control is to defeat the 7, which is what most are. So this is the proving grounds. Make me a live video. Show me. Show it. One shot. You got one try. That's, in my opinion, how you prove it. That's how you prove that you're that good at it. You can just step up to the plate and hit a home run. Because in a live setting, you have a table full of people. You're not going to be warm when the dice get back to you. You're just not. So it's my opinion, and maybe my challenge is a little out of whack for most. But like I said, whichever video I think does the best job of what I'm trying to do, and like I said, I think I'll probably pick my 3 favorites and then let y'all vote on them. We'll have a live video, live vote on it, and I'll just put them out there and do a little vote poll thing that you can do on here. And yeah, We'll do it that way. That's what I think is a good idea. I don't remember how to do the little poll. Try it again. Okay. I'll go one more roll. I'll go one more run. Let me set it all back up. Hold on. I'm gonna do it a different way. I'm gonna put $1,000 on the don't, and I'm gonna try to miss the don't as many times as I can miss it. That's what I'm gonna do. Now I'm nearly positive I'll get whacked on a come out, but that's because anything I'm doing isn't avoiding the 7. But I'm willing to bet that I won't hit the number that my point hits. Here we go. Money where my mouth is. Now, if on the come out, I don't have no choice. It's going to come up wherever it's going to come up. But once I set that point, we'll see. We'll see if I lose to the number I'm trying to dodge. I guess I could still lose to the other combination, which is not I'm not trying to eliminate, but the number I'm trying to dodge, I'm willing to bet that I won't lose to it. And it made it hard on me right out the gate. Got the 8. I don't even get an easy one. I get a hard one. My dice set on the come out's 1, 2, 1, 3. And I got a 1, 2, 1, 3 styled number, an 8, 6, deuce, 8. All right, so here's the deal on the 8. I'm going to try to miss the 6, 2. Again, that doesn't do anything for the 5, 3, and it doesn't do anything for the hard 8. So I still have 3 total combinations that I should lose to versus the 6 that I should win to. But I'm not going to roll a 6, 2. That's what I'm saying. That is where my money and my mouth are meeting. I won't roll a 6, 2. I will roll a 7 before I roll a 6, 2. Now I might roll a 5, 3 or a 4, 4. I can't do nothing about that. But I won't roll a 6, 2. Hard 4, that was a little scary. That was a little scary because both of them were 2s. And I'm putting 6s on top, 2s in the middle. So that's not a good roll for me. That's an ugly looking roll. Six, 4, 10. I would rather not a 6 or a 2 be on the dice. Five, 4, 9. I'll take that. I like getting those numbers because those aren't, they're not the ones I'm trying to dodge. Back-to-back 5, 4s. Anytime, Mr. 7. Anytime. Six, 3, 9. I think that's 3 9s in a row, right? 5, 4, 5, 4, 6, 3. Someone got rich on the 9. Hard 10. Good looking roll. I mean, that's about as good a roll you can have. They hit and just stop on a hard way. Four, 1, 5. I'm trying to make sure at least one hits the back wall too. I'm trying to make it as legit as I can. Hard 4. Again, that's not my favorite roll there, but still not a 6-2 or any 8, right? We're having a long roll here, like a 7 sometime, since I got 1,000 on the don't. Four, 2. 4, 2, 6. Still don't like seeing that 2. Got to get that 2 out of there. Six, 3, 9. That's like the 4th or the 5th 9, right? This, what a shooter for the 9. One, 2, 3. That's really close to the 6 deuce. If that would have made one more rotation, I'd have been ooh ooh. Four, 1, 5. It's a long roll. This is the roll I needed all the money out there on. This one is crushing it. Oh no! Oh, it jumped on top of there. Oh, these dice cheated me. That's what I get running my mouth, right? There's a lot of rolls before that. I hit my 6-2. That wasn't what I was aiming for. Oh, it jumped up on there on me. That was terrible. But still hit it. They're not supposed to do that. That was a boo-boo. No good. I don't know how many rolls were before that, but that was really good for not having no dang money out there. And then I hit the one that I was running my mouth about, right? So that was how do they say it? Poetic. So there you all go. All right. That was brutal. Try again. One more time. Hard 6. Hard 6. Oh, why couldn't it give me an easier one? Let's miss the 4-2. That's what we'll try. Can't miss the hard way, so we'll try missing the 4-2. And I'm only just over 80 something percent overall on this, but I still didn't think I'd hit that 6-2. That's why I was running my mouth. Hard 4. Hard 4. Yeah. So we're trying to miss the 4 deuce. Easy 4. Hard 8. 4, 1. Where is the 7? Where is this dang 7 at? Three, 2, 5. There it is. Finally. 5 deuce. I don't know how many rolls that was before the 7. There's quite a few. All right, so we went 1 and 1 on that deal. So I guess we better try again, huh? One win, one miss. All right. Let's see what happens. All right, can we get, if we went 2 and 1, we would win $1,000, right? So let's see if we can do that. That don't count. I mean, I can't avoid the 7, so that's just a loss. That's not what we're keeping track of. So we would have lost 2,000 because that's a come out 7. But again, guys, I don't think I can avoid that, so that's not even what I'm trying. There we go. We would have got it right back, right? There's aces, so we'll just make that a wash, right? We roll the come out 7, roll the come out aces. There we go. So we're still trying to set a point. Yay, another hard one. The harder ones to do. That's fine. So we'll try to miss the 5-1 this time. Here we go. Can we go 2 and 1? That roll, I mean, it counts because it's a 6-2. It doesn't mean anything, but I need to get them to the wall. That was a little soft. Aces, 1-1. Hard 4. Five, 3. Hard 6. We lost, but it's not when I was trying to dodge. So the satisfaction was in my favor as far as this goes. But we still would have lost. That's the nature of the don't. But the one I was trying to miss, we didn't hit. All right, let's try again. Let's see if I can go 3 out of 4. There we go. So now I'm going to dodge the 3-1, obviously, because that's the only combination. So our only loser should be this hard 4. That's the only thing that I'm really hoping not to hit. Going to dodge the 3-1. Four, 1. One, 2. We need to get off these 1s, right? These 1s are not cutting it. We need to make some 6s and stuff on there. Six, 4, 10. Oh, dang it. And it was a little shorty roll. It barely hit the wall. 50% won't cut it. That you will lose trying to do what I'm trying to do at 50%. That is why I go out of 10 shooters, though. The washing machine is on? No. But I do go out of 10 shooters. That's why. Just because I want a larger sample size. But 2 out of 2, or 2 and 2, is not good enough. You would not make money doing that. I totally agree, Stephen Z. It seems like, yeah, you can play anything you want, and if it just happens to be that group of dice that hit, then you're going to make a ton of money. And then there's going to be a group of dice that you do okay with, and then there's going to be a group of dice that you lose a little with, and then there's going to be a group of dice where you get crushed. And I think that's with everything. Now, I think you can kind of skew that with strategy to where there's less and less ways to get crushed. But as you put less and less ways to get crushed, there's also less and less ways to do great. It's kind of the nature of it, where you end up more with a lot of 50-50 stuff, a lot of 50 even days, you know. But anyways, yeah, interesting. Yeah, I got you. I picked it up. A little slow skill, but I did pick it up. But anyways, that was fun. My actual attempt at the $1,000 today went PSO, so got absolutely smoked 3 days in a row. I think in the actual attempts, the ones that count for me on this little series, maybe I've rolled 10 times out of 3 shooters. It might be a little more than that because one of the shooters did win a little money, but it can't be many more than 10. I think yesterday I did a 3 roller, right? And then today I did a 2 roll. I think maybe the other one was 5. I don't know. It couldn't have been very many though. Either way, I know some people have done this. The Not Today Craps, he had a really good run. Really, really good run. So his was interesting. If you haven't subscribed to him, we should probably all go subscribe him up. That way he can get the subs up. Oh, his name is, he goes by Not Today Craps. It was pretty good. Good show he put on. He has a good looking table, everything. Looked pretty good to me. If I'm any kind of critic on this, I'd say he looked as good as any. Better than me, probably. Better than mine. But anyways, guys, thank you for your time. This was fun, educational. Y'all have a great day. I'm about to upload a video too, as well, a recorded video that I think you guys should check out. The name is Not Today Craps, kind of like the saying, but Not Today Craps is his handle, his YouTube name, his YouTube channel name. But yeah, sub him up. I thought he made some pretty good stuff. But yeah, I do got a video coming out that I think you guys should watch. Just what happened in the video is so indicative of the game of craps, like the whole thing. And I'm not gonna give no spoilers on it, but it's not a long video either. So it's just really interesting. And I talk through kind of at the end what kind of the whole happened in the game on the video, and it's an interesting, and it shines a lot of light on like the overall look of craps all in one video. So, anyways, guys, thank you for your time. This is Jacob from Where'd You Be This?